What's up, you guys? It's your boy Kyoko Shadow, Miles Montage, Squid Senpai, whatever you want to call me. But pretty much, this is the ultimate guide for Dragon Ball Super Broly. The reason I'm making this guide is pretty much you would see niggas just come into the party and they'd be like, he's like, alright, let's play cast, blah blah blah. They hop into a match, they pick Broly. Oh my fucking god, you picked Broly. You're about to grab spam. And usually that's what happens. And the reason I made this video is to show off what he does outside of grab spamming, because usually when the other person's like, hey, do something other than grabbing, they get mopped. So yeah, I'm just gonna show off some stuff that he has, and also show off like how you can use the grab and use it to where it's at your advantage as well, because pretty much the grab, what people use is, I bet everybody knows this, but it's far as fuck. And well, yeah, you see how it reaches, right? It reaches all the way across, like it almost got him. But like pretty much distance like here, where someone can't even fucking reach you. Like I press square and they have to leap all the way in there from pressing square. But like Broly would be like, nah fam, we grabbing. Or something like that. Or like they would even do his super, which probably reaches out even farther. Let me see. Nah, it doesn't. But regardless, it reaches far. It reaches like quite a bit, and it also has armor. The fact that it has armor is kind of broken. But yeah, they would use that over and over again, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all they would do with the character. So I'm going to show you what else you can do with the character. So pretty much there's his other supers, which I'll get into right now. There's Powered Shell, which people should use all the time, and a lot of the moves have stuff that they can do when they are activated from being hit, like that. But pretty much Powered Shell is kind of the strongest one, and you kind of want to utilize that as much as you can. I wouldn't say as much as you can, but whenever you have stamina, you can utilize that. Like, you can also use it after a back hit like I did and keep comboing. That's an actual combo that works. You can even hold down your back hit to miss, like kind of just mess up your opponent, because after a certain point, taking like a few of those, they're gonna wait for the back hit, so you can like charge it up, and it's sort of like a 360 degree back hit to where it hits towards your back too, because of course it's like a little shockwave that he does. Let me see. He wasn't close enough, but if they were to get close, then yeah, let me do this. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't use most of his moves for combo connectors, because most of them are good knockaway combo supers. Like Powered Shell is the only thing that really lets you do things in that department, and that's just for like punishing and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what the supers can do when they are utilized in that way, or at least Powered Shell. Gigantic Charge is okay, but it's kind of like flip back, punch them, and sometimes it doesn't do damage, which is kind of why I didn't emphasize it at all. But pretty much it's like you would flick back and say they're doing something like halfway, like it would register, like the animation would still happen, but they wouldn't take any damage, and that's the weird thing about it. You can also mistime that as well, but you can't really follow up to it. It's like a punch to the gut, and it kind of gives you space too. If you use it like this, you kind of get some distance from out of the corner. You practically leap out of the corner. Like, you can just kind of randomly throw it around, but you kind of want to watch your ki, because it does cost 2 ki bars. It's kind of impossible to like grab punish too. But then there's old big boy over here, you know, the gigantic rage. This is probably something you're going to use often, just to punish people and get close to them for a grab Oki, which I'll get into later. But essentially this is his best super. And Yeah, it can catch people out of a lot of situations. If you want to get away from them, that's good for that move. If you want to keep them close, it's also good. So like if you're in a situation like this, back away, and you're a good distance away from them to pretty much do whatever. If they come towards you, guess what? Back to the regular meta, we're grabbing. Throw them across the screen, sit down, get your stamina back. And maximum charge, I don't really need any introduction for that. But there's also his ultimates. Gigantic Meteor, you kind of don't want to use unless you have a specific legitimate combo to do it with. But pretty much, Gigantic Roar, it's up for anything. Like, you can do it after most of your combos, as long as you've got a knockdown, and yeah, that's really it. As long as you have a knockdown, which Broly definitely has a knockdown. And it's this little thing right here into the final stomp. Gigantic Roar, you can do some extra with it, or if you want to just have that, you can. But that's all you really need. Oh shit, I got hit. Oh, what? Yo, this game is... I was about to say it, but like, this game is ass, bro. But yeah, a little disclaimer on Powered Shell. You kind of want to watch it if you're playing online, because like, sometimes I would be doing it, I'd back it into Powered Shell. I do it all the time, but most of the time, for some reason, it wouldn't register for the final hit, which is weird. I probably need to practice with that more. But yeah, if you want to learn how to move with Broly, good thing to do, go into training mode, just do everything I just told you, and kind of incorporate your supers around with the way you move, like this. Like you could do that if someone's like heavy into trying to punish you after they vanish. Yeah, Broly's like the type of character to like get in somebody's face and just stay there. Either he can be that, or he can keep you across the screen, and when he wants to come to you, he can just do a lot of damage. But yeah, it's sort of like an up close and personal key blast if I want character. But yeah, there's also the little part of his combo where he would do this and the roar. The roar does a lot of damage, but you kind of don't want to do the roar a lot unless you're on like a small map or you're really close to him after that hit, which usually you're not. But the little roar doesn't hit them if they are too far away. Like you do this, you do that. Normally it would combo into Powered Shell, but usually you don't do the roar. But yeah, this next portion I'm going to show you his Oki, which is kind of the big thing that you want to take away from this. It's not really something everybody utilizes, or not really something that can be punished heavily, especially in this game. So, pretty much the Oki. About to show you a little something right here. So pretty much, I'm just going to give a base definition of what Oki is first, because a lot of people on this game are... Usually this is like a casual fighting game, but it's like mainly a professional term. But Oki is pretty much like, say someone were to hit the ground and they would have to get up, right? Essentially Oki is like you punishing them before they can like fully gather their senses and get together what's going on. So like say something like let's see how I have to do it. See, like your favorite move, Gigantic Rage, right? You smash them down into the ground, and guess what they do? They'd have to go up, but oh, I was able to follow up the grab. What happened there? So pretty much they would go down to the ground, and they would probably roll or jump or do something. Like they would roll back. They would do one of the motions, but pretty much after they're done with that motion, their active frames reactivate. Which, what I mean by that is, pretty much they are able to be hit again. They are either able to be hit or grabbed, which Broly, he likes to grab. And boy, does his frames on his grab like to track. So like pretty much I had like a whole bunch of footage on limits on ranked, because limits off I would just face nothing but hit. So also Broly, he moves really fast, so the Oki concept is really in his favor. I can also show you one with gigantic charge. Let's see. Gigantic charge. Oh well, he snapped out of that. So you do something like that, grab, and then guess what? He tries to recover, rolls back, grab. And then he goes to the side. I'd hit him from here, grab. Slam back to the ground, follow up, grab. Key blast, grab. And pretty much that's like the grab spam portion, plus what I have, which is really good because it's like you do multiple things and it really works out to your favor if you use every single move he has. Which, let me see. Alright, so I'll just go into the next portion of this video, which, yeah, is probably one of the last portions. But, this portion is going to be utilizing his Super Soul. Which I'm just gonna kind of let this play out, and you'll probably see what I mean. Well, hopefully you see what I mean. Oh no, he's hitting me. He'll start hitting me. I'd be like, blah, I'm using my attacks, yeah. He'll start hitting me again. Then I'd be in a position like this, and oh, what am I gonna do? Oh. Jesus, be more offensive. I said be more offensive, not more okay. Oh, I've got to set it to normal. That's what was happening. And I'd be like this, and then I'd bring my own stamina. It's like, wait, why would I want to do that? Because, for one, he has this, and also his Super Soul, which lets him get his stamina back even faster. And you can also use Gigantic Rage to pretty much take up time and stick your opponent in an active frame. It can also give you total invincibility. So when you're caught in an animation, it makes it to where you're pretty much intangible. So like, you're inside of a grab and you can't really be touched by anything. It's kind of like a time skip move. But pretty much an attack were to hit you, say if you're like in a 3v3 or something and your teammate's like, oh, that's kind of dirty and cheap, let me just attack him with a super or an ultimate attack. Pretty much it phases right through you and you can't get hit by it. It's like really useful in a lot of situations, but mainly the stamina break meta is really good for that. And once you do that, you go down to the ground, and I guess it's stamina season for everybody because that's pretty much when you get it back. And after that, if you're not somehow recovered with your stamina, or if, like, say you're not playing limits off and you're like limits off, you can probably just do it again, or like I told you before, set up an Oki, which 100% of the time works out for me. And yeah, you can pretty much use most of his armored moves if you want, but usually I go for one Gigantic Rage and it works out. But watch for people with Fake Blast or something like that. Usually I kind of do it when people are like 1 or 2 stamina, so that they wouldn't do something like that. But yeah, if you're in a stamina situation, just don't worry about it. Broly's got you. All you have to do is let the opponent hit you, or yeah, get stuck in a combo somehow, or just keep yourself active while you're at 3 stamina bars. Don't do something like that because it'll get your stamina back, but like sort of start comboing, you know, start dashing around, moving around like this, burning your stamina. just be very mindful of how your stamina is when you're getting hit. But yeah, if you're at the last 3 and you just want to do something like that, and you have 2 bars of key, or 1 bar of key, which is really good, just 1 bar of key, just do powered shell, and you can do the back hit if you want it to extend, like doing something like this. You turn this way, and like I said before, it's an extended stun time, so they can't move after they float down like that. Like, you could probably have enough time to hit them with like another powered shell if you did that. But yeah, essentially you can use that time to just dash back and break your own shit. But yeah, I'd say the way you can practice with Oki is pretty much do combos and watch for when they recover. Like, here's one setup that I have with powered shell. If they'll let me do it. Powered shell, dash in, hit him with this, dash up, grab. Guess what? It's grab season. Grab. Yada yada. You've seen it before. Yeah, pretty much the whole strategy with Broly is get in, play stamina games, throw a grab out here and there, do his combos. He's got a lot of damage in his combos, so you really should be doing those anyway. Hit him, set up, grab, Oki. Just do that until your opponent's dead or at no stamina, and just his stamina breaks are really easy. Like, he has one that goes down to the ground. He has one of the only floating stamina breaks in the game. You know, like Fuse Zamasu has, to where you can stamina break when floating in the air. See, when I had enough time to do that, and this time I didn't. Well, here's another thing. So, like, some of his attacks can charge. So, like, his little stomp combo can charge. I should. Like, you see that? That could potentially break someone's guard. And also discharge kick, and you can combo after it. But the one you want to focus on more is this one. Because he can combo after it. He can also combo that. See, like I was talking about with the stamina break. But his ground stamina break with his heavy stamina break, it's like this, and then heavy stamina break, and pretty much you can do whatever you want to him, including something like this. But he recovered after that because his stamina came back. But yeah, that's a combo you can do with him. So overall, Broly is the type of character to want to be in your face, you know, throwing out grabs here and there. But if your opponent likes to fight back, then you can use most of his armor moves and pretty much gain an upper hand into Oki, and pretty much do that until they die. Yeah. And if you're in a really sticky situation, you can use one of his supers to pretty much knock the enemy back or send them in the floating status in order to break yourself. But essentially this is all going to lead to either one of your 2 ultimate attacks or just straight up damage and kill them. But yeah, this is pretty much my ultimate guide for Broly. If you guys want to see more videos like this, just like and subscribe. And you can also suggest a character that you want to see on the channel. I'll probably put I'll put some things that I've learned with them, and I'll make a video of it, and I can just show you guys what I came up with and what also the community likes to do with the character. But yeah, Squid Senpai, Kyoto Shadow, I'm out.